Hello, Professor Morland. My name is Jose Roman Calderon Guzman, and today we're going to talk about consonant, voice, place articulation, and manner of articulation. So let's start with the homework that you assign us about what is a consonant and what is voice, place, and point articulation. Okay, so we start with consonant. Consonant is a sound in spoken language that is characterized by constriction or closure of one or more points along the vocal tract, such as the lips, tongue, and teeth. So consonant is every letter or every graph that is not a vowel. Uh, the consonant also can be classified by by telling if it voice if it voice is the vocal cord vibrate or not, is the according of the play of articulation and and the manner of articulation. When we're talking about place of articulation, it is where the constriction of the air flow takes place. A place of articulation refers to which articulators are involved in the production of particular sound. For example, if you say time, this phoneme is articulated at the alveolar ridge, and then is alveolar. This is alveolar. So let's continue. So here we have manner of articulation. Manner of articulation refers to how the sound is produced and the way in which the air string is modified as it passes through the vocal tract. So let's go to the chart about the consonant. Here is a brief description of it. Here we have the phoneme D is voicing because the vocal cord vibrate at a time to pronounce this phoneme. Also, this phoneme is alveolar because the tongue plays against the alveolar ridge, the fleshy part or bumpy part of the vocal tract, just behind the, the upper teeth line. Uh, and this sound, and according to the manner of articulation, this is a stop. Is that to say that the air flow that comes from the lungs to the vocal tract is stopped. This means blockage for a while. It's blocked for a while, and then it's released in a plosive manner. An example of that, we have the word die, died. Another phoneme that we have here is the phoneme which is voiceless. It's voiceless because the vocal cords don't vibrate. Also, it's velar. According to the pre-articulation, it's velar because is is made by the interaction of the back of the tongue with the soft palate. And also, this, according to the manner of articulation, this sound, this sound is stop plosive because the air is held for a while and then is released in a plosive manner. And the word to represent that sound is code, code, code. We have the W. The W is a voice because the vocal cords vibrate. Bilabial because both vocalists interact in order to make that sound. For example, wah, wah. You see? And it is glide because the constriction of the airflow is so little. So little, in fact, that most of the time we refer to those kind of sound like semi-vowel, semi-vowel. And the word to represent that sound would be, and it is a little mistake here, Professor, but the right word would be way, way. Okay, let's continue. Now we have the phoneme R. This is voice, according to the vocal cord vibrate or not. In this case, vibrate. R, R, R. And this sound is our viral sound, as I told you before, because it's right, the tongue is placed right behind the upper teeth and is liquid. It means that the airflow go on one or both sides of the tongue. The word to represent this phoneme is late, late. Now we have the phoneme M, which is voice, bilabial, and nasal. What means nasal? Nasal means that at the time to produce nasal sound, the vocal cavity, the passage to the vocal cavity is closed, and then there are flows that come from the lungs, thanks to the action of the balloon, allow that that air goes to the nasal cavity. Is that to say, when the balloon is lower, the air goes right to the nasal cavity, and then the sound produced is nasal, according to the manner of articulation. So the word that represents that sound is music. Let's continue. We have here the phoneme that is represented by the letter F. That one is voiceless, according if the vocal cord will or not. A is labiodental. What means labiodental? It means that the upper teeth goes against the lower lip, like this. According to the manner of articulation, is fricative. What means that? It means that the airflow is pushing to a narrow is pushing from a narrow space, and each narrow space makes that the sound frictionate. And that's reason this phoneme you feel the kind of vibration, the friction, because it's so narrow the space between those. And the word that I hear is fine, fine. Then we have the phoneme that is represented by the letter J. This song is voice, is J, J, J. This one is palatal. The sound palatal, those sounds are The hard palate interact with a part of the tongue. Could be the tip of the tongue, the blade, or the front of the tongue. In this case, let's see, jaw, jaw. It feels at the blade of the tongue, and it is glide, as I tell you before, because the air constriction is so little that most of the time there are called as a semi-vowel. The word that I have here is jocks, jock, jock. Now we have here these phonemes that represent the the sound that is made by the combination of the graphias th. This one is voice. It is interdental. It means that the the tongue is placed between the upper and the lower set of teeth. Let's see, for example, and also it is fricative because the airflow is pushing through a narrow space. We have here the word then. Then. You see? Then. Then. Now we go with the next one that is this representation is kind F. There is no F. And this one represents sound sh, 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 sh. And this one is voiceless, so vibration. Here is palatal, sh, 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 sh. And it's fricative. And the word that we have for it is show, show. Now we got here the th sound that is representation with a symbol that is kind of zero with a line in the middle. And this one is voiceless, it's interdental. Interdental means the tongue is placed between the upper of the lower teeth, and it is fricative because the air flow is pushing through narrow space. And the word to describe this sound, the kind of sound, think, think. If you notice, when you say that word, your vocal cord doesn't vibrate. I mean, don't vibrate. Let's go with the R sound. R that is represented by the phoneme R. R. That one is voice. Is palatal. A is liquid. Liquid means, as I told you before, that the air flow goes through one or both sides of the tongue. Rose. We have the example word here that is rose. Now we have the combination that is kind of D and 3. That is the combination for the sound sh, 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 sh. Is the representation also of the CH sound. CH. That one is voice, is and also is our alveolar. And that's that's the one the sound African. What mean African? It means that it's the combination of the two uh, constriction. First is a stop, and then concludes as a fricative. That's the reason it's called affricate. First is a stop, and then it's a fricative, and then concludes as a fricative sound. Affricate sound. The word that I have here to describe this is job, 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 job. Let's go with the phoneme that is represented by the letter V, that is voice, and it is labiodental. V, V. That's one is fricative, and the word that we have here to show the sample is bind, bind. So let's go with that one. It's kind of end with a little tail at the end. That's one is the representation, the combination of the letter N and H. N and G. N and G, yeah. That's its voice. It's bigger because the back of the tongue interact with the soft palate, and also it's nasal because the ear string go right through the nasal cavity. And the word that I have to describe that song is shrink, shrink. Also, we have here the letter V, that is voice and bilabial. And it's stuck because the ear string is hold for a while and then release in a plosive manner. Big, big, you see? Okay, let's continue with that one. That is the representation of the sound that is kind of CH. This one is voice, palatal fricative. We got measure, measure, sure, sure. Now we have the letter B, that is the representation. That one is voiceless, bilabial, and stop. And the word that may can use as a sample is the one that say pie. Now we got the letter T of a representation, the sound. That one is voiceless, is ar- alveolar, alveolar, according to the my articulation, it's a stop. And the word that we use to describe that song is tie, tie. Now the letter N, the representation is the N, 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 N. That one is voice, and N is alveolar and nasal. And we have here the nose, nose. So let's go with the letter S that represent the sound that's voiceless, alveolar, and fricative. We got summer, summer. Now we go with the letter with the phoneme that is represented with the letter G. That one is voice, is velar, and is stop. And in the word that made her to understand a little better is the letter grade. Is grade. The word grade. Now we had with this one that is a combination of the T with a Kion F, and if the representation of the CH that is voiceless, alveolar, and fricative. And The word that we use for to show is that one, chain, chain. And the last one is the phoneme represented by the letter Z. Z. That one is voice, alveolar fricative. And the word that used to represent the word used to represent that sound su, su, z. You see the vibration? So teacher, that's all. Thank you for watching and see you in the next class.